The Ringer's off-season live blog will keep track of the deals, trades, cuts, rumors, predictions, and everything else you need to know about free agency and the draft. Check back for the latest news from around the league both ahead of the so-called legal tampering period, which begins on Monday, March 11th, and after players can begin signing, Wednesday, March 13th, at 4 p.m. ET. Nick Foles appears to be Jacksonville-bound March 3rd, 10:09 p.m. ET. Justin Sayles, Super Bowl 52 MVP Nick Foles is expected to sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars once free agency begins, the Philadelphia Inquirer reported Sunday. Despite speculation that teams such as Washington and Miami may have interest in the 30-year-old quarterback, Jacksonville appears to be the only team vying for his services, the report said. The details of the contract are still being worked out, but it may not make Foles one of the league's richest quarterbacks, as a lack of QB-needy teams has meant that a market has yet to fully materialize for him. In Jacksonville, Foles would be reunited with offensive coordinator John DeFilippo, who was the Eagles' quarterback coach during his legend-making playoff run 2 seasons ago. Assuming the deal gets done, Jacksonville will be hoping for a vast improvement over last year's disappointing finish. The Jaguars went 5-11 in 2018, just 1 year after making the AFC Championship game. The defense that anchored that run remains largely intact, but Blake Bortles and the offense regressed mightily last year, dropping from 16th to 30th in Football Outsiders' DVOA. Bortles, the third overall pick in 2014, was benched twice last year for Cody Kessler. Heading into this offseason, neither was seen as a viable starter for the Jaguars, making them a logical destination for the soon-to-be former Eagle. Foles, who began his career in Philadelphia in 2012 and spent time with the Rams and Chiefs before returning to the Eagles as a backup in 2017, effectively became a free agent when he declined to exercise his $20 million mutual option with the team. While some expected the Eagles to franchise tag Foles in hopes of trading him, Howie Roseman said last week the team wouldn't. Foles leaves the Eagles after replacing starting QB Carson Wentz for significant portions of the past 2 seasons, leading them into the postseason each time. In addition to helping the franchise win its first Super Bowl title in February 2018, he led the Eagles this past season to the divisional round of the playoffs, where they fell to the Saints. He'll be best remembered for the Philly special play, which inspired a statue outside of Lincoln Financial Field and countless tattoos. March 3rd, 10:09 p.m. ET. Danny Heifetz, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the only team carrying their weight with off-season drama. If not for Le'Veon Bell thirsting for teams to sign him and Antonio Brown's trade demands, we'd have spent February listening to Stephen A. Smith yell that Kyler Murray is Jordan Woods, the Arizona Cardinals are Tristan Thompson, and Josh Rosen is about to be Khloe Kardashian. Actually, I'd love to hear Stephen A. talk about this. February was a one-team show, but March should be a league-wide affair. The 2019 salary cap is projected to come in just shy of $190 million, the highest figure ever. Indianapolis's projected available cap space this offseason, $106 million, is higher than the total salary cap when the team won the Super Bowl after the 2006 season, $102 million. Every team has so much money to play with that they can make any signing or trade possible, no matter how burdensome their cap situation may seem. Subsequently, general managers and coaches around the league are more willing to gamble in the trade market. Add those 2 ingredients together, flexibility and risk-taking, and the NFL offseason is as wide open as ever. Keep that in mind for these top stories to watch over the next few weeks. Will Antonio Brown be traded? Antonio Brown has made it clear he wants to play somewhere else. Steelers general manager Kevin Colbert didn't even rule out trading Brown within the division if that was the best offer on the table. Where will Le'Veon Bell sign? Bell forfeited $14.5 million by refusing to play on the franchise tag for a second consecutive year and sitting out the 2018 season. but he avoided another 400-touch season and ensured he'd be healthy for free agency. Now we can see if it was worth all of the trouble, and anxiously await the release of his latest album. How will the rest of the free agent dominoes fall? With Philly's real-life Rocky, Foles, apparently set to go to Jacksonville, attention will turn to the rest of this year's class, which includes defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, safety Earl Thomas, safety Tyrann Mathieu, running back Mark Ingram, receiver Golden Tate, linebacker Anthony Barr, running back Tevin Coleman, pass rusher Terrell Suggs, pass rusher Clay Matthews, receiver Randall Cobb, receiver Michael Crabtree, and running back Adrian Peterson. Will Rob Gronkowski retire? Gronk's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, told ESPN on February 19 that Gronk's decision may come in the next couple of weeks, though Gronk seems to live by his own schedule. He's one of the few NFL players we can count on to stay in our feeds after he stops playing. Related The Ringer's 2019 NFL Draft Guide, its mock draft season. Who will sign contract extensions? Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, and A.J. Green will all be unrestricted free agents after the 2019 season and could be in line for massive contract extensions with their teams. Pass rushers Jadeveon Clowney, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Dee Ford may be franchise tagged, and they could sign large details as well with their teams in the coming months. Will we have any drastic rule changes? Despite the Saints' pass interference debacle in the NFC Championship game, owners are unlikely to change replay rules. But after the Chiefs lost the AFC Championship game when they didn't get the ball in overtime, the franchise will propose an amendment to granting both teams the possession in OT. And while we wait for these storylines to unfold, here are some key dates to keep in mind. Tuesday, March 5th, the deadline for teams to franchise tag players. Monday, March 11th, teams can negotiate with free agents, but not officially sign them during a period called legal tampering. Wednesday, March 13th, the new league year officially begins at 4 p.m. PT. Free agents can be signed and trades, like the one of Joe Flacco to the Denver Broncos for a fourth-rounder, are officially processed. Thursday, April 25th to Saturday, April 27th, the NFL Draft takes place in Nashville, Tennessee.